Right, this is just a quick video here for my friend Jim at Bushcraft Costarica, and he's just received one of these knives, and I use it as a neck knife. And sometimes when you're actually doing the fire, I'll put this around my neck now at the moment, it's hanging here and you're trying to do things with your hands and it's got a tendency to swing in the road of things. So you can either put it inside your t-shirt, inside your jacket, or your chest rig if you wear one. But another way I've found is quite easy way to carry this is, here's the orange paracord that it's on. Just put it through your belt loop on your trousers, feed it back through itself, and it can hang here. Right, you can have it out while you're down on your knee and it's dead easy to find. But what I do is I actually put it in my map pocket, like so. Right, and all I do is pull it out, up, and deploy it like that. Another thing I would say, Jim, with these is it's an unusual shape, as you know now that you've received the knife, and trying to orientate it which way is the right way up on the sheath can be quite hard. So what I've done to help me is put this orange tab up here, and that way I know where the spine should be orientated, as in up the way, and fits in there. So another way to carry it, Jim, just wrap it a couple of times and put it in your top pocket of your trousers, zip it up, you can squat down and it doesn't affect you at all, keeps it nice and secure. Right, so there's another way of using that knife. There's another technique for you, Jim. Give this one a try. Jim, with your logs like wrist thick and thicker, I find the most efficient way to cut through them with the kukri or your woodsman is the double 45 cut. And you probably do this anyway, but it's just to give you a quick reminder. So just in here and roughly hit it at a 45 degree. Oh well, it's actually done it in one take two. So here, and we come. Well, let's see, so in again, 45 degree. Well, it's just doing it in one hit, but I don't know, I'll need to go and get something a bit thicker. These 2 minutes. Got something a bit thicker now, so let's see how we go on. So it's a double 45 degree hit, so roughly hitting the log that you want cut at a 45 degree angle. Okay, so here, then here, turn round, there you go. Bit thicker this log, loads of knots in it. Let's see, in at a 45 degree angle, and again, there you go, and there's the blade. Right then, hopefully that helps you out. Nice efficient way of getting through thick logs. In the ideal world with a kukri tracker or your woodsman, we want logs about this size. Sometimes you can get through with them with one hit. As you can see, this one's got about 3 or 4 big knots in it, so I don't expect to get through it. If I don't, well, I'll just batten it and I'll show you how I go about doing that and the best technique I've found for the woodsman. There we go. Just get the chicken stick out. There you go. What I find for battening is get the blade in approximately 45 degrees, like this. Get against something solid and keep as level as you can. Like that. There you go. And once the wood's broken down like this, it's just a case of giving it a good hit and it goes through it. Hit again at 45 degree angle. And it does it nice and easy. We've got some big knots here. This is your hatchet technique when it comes into its own. Yeah, just get a quick hit in, like that. split it. Easy enough, Jim. So the tip here is brilliant for doing all your splitting, and I'll show you what I mean. Now the wood I've got today is really bad, so be prepared that it's not going to split the way I want it, but this knife is really good at it when you get decent wood. Right, so the next technique then, once we get roughly to this size, is splitting. Now with the woodsman it doesn't have a guard like the frontline kukri does, so this is something you'll need to be aware of and take extra precautions. Okay, these knives are razor sharp, they take an absolute fantastic edge, and be very easy to slip down onto this and take your fingers off basically. So definitely watch what you're doing when you're using this technique. Okay, so to start the technique then, lay it flat on the log that you're going to use as a stopper. Get the tip in, give a couple of taps in like so, and if you feel the grain's not going to split from there, what I suggest you do then is lean forward slightly with your hand, give another couple of taps, and then single-handedly hit the log. I find this works for me. I don't know why, but it seems to do it. There you go. It splits it down. And as you know, what you'll get with splits, if there's a knot in it, it'll just break off. Okay, and then you can split it down further again. There you go, there's just typically what I was just talking about there, a knot. Right, so all depends on the woods that you're using, will dictate how decent these splits will be. But it breaks it down good enough as kindling for your fire. So get the tip in, couple of knocks, single-handed, there you go, and break it off. This has got a big knot in it, so it'll break off here. Just show you what I mean. It's actually went round about at that time, as you can see. There, I've just touched the blade there. Look at that, it's taking a flappy skin off. Show you that. That's how sharp these are. Don't know if that's got to focus on that. I just touched that blade there and no more, and it's taking that flap off. So that's how sharp these are. And this one's really quite big. So I could actually hatchet that again. I'll just show you how good they are at splitting. Now, I don't know, what's that, 3 inches in width. Right, there you go. Easy enough. Next thing is draw feathers to get our fire going. So we can use the draw section and the quarter round. Now there's the feathers that's coming off. Wait for Finn, I just let them drop on the deck. In this section here, I'm using the recurve of the main blade, and this is a really difficult piece of wood with a few knots in it, and the grain was extremely tightly packed, but the blade still produced decent feathers that were good enough to light with a fire steel. So it's another method with this knife.